We have new institutions as global citizens. We have the International Court of Justice. So let's take a famous case, and let's look at this case, and then we'll take some more cases, because I strongly believe these famous cases can help us understand better everything we've just discussed. In 1962, Thailand and Cambodia are having an important dispute. The two countries do not agree about an important area. This area is so crucial in the culture and history of both countries that they simply cannot agree who has control over that area. And that dispute goes in 1962 to the International Court of Justice. Now, what is happening in that area? There is a beautiful set of buildings there. These are buildings from the 11th century with a sacred temple. And this temple, as I mentioned, these buildings, they've been important to the people of Thailand forever. They've been important to the people of Cambodia forever. And neither side wants to let the other side have control. The International Court of Justice hears arguments from both countries. And in 1962, it uses an old map, a map from 1907, to help establish that the area where the temple is actually part of Cambodia. Unfortunately, the International Court of Justice decision is not as clear as what we really need and what both countries want. And therefore, even though Cambodia is having a decision in its favor, the decision is not actually recognized as resolving the dispute. And the dispute goes on until 2010, 2011, 2012, and what finally happens, the two countries are back before the International Court of Justice. They're asking the court to clarify the 1962 decision. What's so good about this is the countries are accepting an international court. The countries are agreeing the international court will decide this matter. The countries are agreeing they cannot resolve this dispute by themselves. It's really a case about cooperation. So, when the court comes down with a new decision, 2012, 2013, what is that decision? The decision partially favors Thailand. Cambodia cannot claim a great big area around the temple. But the decision also supports Cambodia that the temple and the buildings and those structures, that part is under the sovereignty of Cambodia. Now, that is not the end of our discussion today. The two countries continue to negotiate because if they can reach agreement, the whole area will be declared a special site for the world. And remember we spoke earlier about a principle? Can anyone remember a principle we applied? This site is so important to Cambodia, it's so important to Thailand, it's actually important to the entire world. The two countries then can work on having the site declared a World Heritage Site, the common heritage of mankind. The United Nations Treaty on Education and Science, the United Nations Treaty on Cultural and Natural Heritage. That treaty allows countries to cooperate together and recognize a very, very special site. And therefore, the people of California are going to come to visit that site. The people that live in Argentina are going to come and visit that site. It is a sacred site, and the treaty allows for the two countries to work on having it designated the common heritage of mankind. That case has so much to teach us, even when there is dispute, serious dispute, between two countries. Since we're talking about common heritage of mankind again, let's take some more examples. I think this is a wonderful part of your study of global citizenship. Let's go to China. What do we find in China that is so remarkable? The Great Wall of China. There is nothing else like it in the world. When astronauts are in outer space and they look back at the world, they can't see anything that's made by mankind, nothing except the Great Wall of China. It is now a World Heritage Site. We all can visit that site with respect and with cooperation. Different example. Let's go to the United States, and we go to the University of Virginia, this beautiful university, simply one of the best universities in the world. Why is that so important? For the people of North America, it's the university that was founded by Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson was probably the most early, brilliant thinker about democracy. And he planned this university himself. He even designed how it is actually laid out. And when you walk across the campus of the University of Virginia, it's just like the Great Wall. You realize you are in the presence of a masterful site, a place the entire world can find is important. It's important in culture, it's important in architecture, it's important in all of the heritage of mankind. Let's take a different example so that we can see it's not always about beautiful buildings and great projects like the Great Wall. Let's go to Europe. And if we go to Poland, what do we find in Poland? In that period from 1939 to 1945, several European countries put to death the Jewish people. The Jewish people were annihilated by these countries, especially Germany and Austria. Today, we go to this one place in Poland where millions and millions of people were put to death. And we go there not because we are happy, not because there's a beautiful building. We go there to recognize this is the site of world tragedy. This is the site of something we can never let happen again. One group of people is crucified. One group of people is destroyed because of fanatical extremism. Extremism has caused these European countries, even Germany, even Austria, to become so radical and so extreme. The result was this catastrophe. And so today we see preserving world heritage is about special sites, and after this generation, future generations will still see the Great Wall. They will still see the University of Virginia. They will still see the place in Poland called Auschwitz, and begin to understand we of this generation wanted to preserve this heritage as part of our global citizenship. Let's take another famous case, and really it requires about 10 hours of discussion. I'm only going to briefly discuss this case so that you can see another way of looking at natural resources and resources for the whole world. Remember when we said earlier today, no one country has control over all of the oceans? Under a 1982 treaty, every country has control out to 200